Hello, everybody. This is Gary Yao. I'm here with my friend Lucas. Lucas, how are you?
Gary Yao, baby!
How are you, my friend?
I'm fantabulous. And you, sir?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. So, let's talk about the new NAR rulings. Actually, it went into effect, August 17th?
Saturday.
So,
Went into effect Saturday.
that's interesting. It went into effect on a weekend.
Yeah, August 17th. And I think the question that we're talking about here today is, how is this affecting the market, and is it driving the price of real estate down?
Okay. Let's talk about it then. So, how is it affecting the market? Do you see any difference in it?
I see more paperwork.
Yeah, so do I. But let's talk about what is the NAR ruling. Let's refresh our minds a little bit,
Okay,
because
refresh our minds. So what NAR basically said, what happened was there was a big lawsuit about commissions, and basically they said that listing agents were creating a monopoly by forcing sellers to pay a buyer's agent's commission. So they ruled that was no good. They could no longer do that. So now, as of August 17th, across the nation, listing agents can no longer offer a buyer's agent's commissions on the MLS, on any multiple listing service across the country.
great.
And what all of the talking heads in the news services said is, well, there's no more buyer's agent's commission, so this is going to drive the price of real estate down and make housing more affordable for the average man.
Exactly. The reasoning was that because you're no longer paying more commission, right? Because agents are taking a big chunk of this money, and this commission is added on top of the housing price, right? Therefore, without the agent's commission, which is a big chunk, obviously a big chunk, then the prices have to be lower because you're not adding anything on top. There's no margin on top of it.
But that's not true. Agents are still building their commission into the sales price. There's just more paperwork to do. They're not allowed to publicly see how much commission the seller is offering. Instead, the agent has to go negotiate for how much commission they want, because the seller's not allowed to offer them any commission. So an agent basically gets to ask for what they think their value and what they think their worth is.
So it's time to negotiate with the buyer then. The buyer itself will.
Well, no, you have an agreement with the buyer that says that you're allowed to negotiate with the seller for your commission.
However,
And if the seller can't pay, then the buyer can be obligated to pay. Although there's a checkbox on that buyer agreement that says the buyer has no money and cannot afford any commission.
and then what?
Then you have to negotiate it from the seller. Then that exclusively states that you're only negotiating it from the seller.
Isn't it a conundrum?
I know. Here's where we're at, Gare. So, is it driving the price of houses down?
It's not.
No,
How could it be?
it's not. Because agents are still getting paid. They're still negotiating their commission. It's still all part of the proceeds of the sale. Right?
Now, I will say this though, prices has stopped going up.
No. Prices have stopped going up as rapidly as they were in the past 4 to 6 years.
Yes.
However, normal price increases annually is somewhere between 3 to 5%. And we're still seeing that normal price increase on an annual basis.
Yeah.
Gary.
Oh no, it's just the cabling.
Okay.
But I can hear you, and yeah. So the
It's not much of a video.
Hang on.
It's your cable.
Cabling.
Cut all this part out of our podcast because Gary can't connect the cable.
Here we are. Let's do the other camera. Ta-da!
I guess you're born technically difficult if you're Panamanian.
Okay. And you were
So-
saying that, okay.
So normal price increases is 3 to 5% annually. And where you're at in LA County and where I'm at in Orange County, we're still seeing those normal average price increases. We're just not seeing the 20% price increases that we were seeing in years past. So the perception is that it's going down, or it's because it's so slowed, but really it's just slowed to a normal.
It's our perception of what is growing. What I meant to say is that coincidentally, right now the summer vacation is over. Therefore, you don't see those big jump in prices in those 3 to 4 months of summer vacation because people were trying to get the window to purchase property. Now that the kids are back in school, then you don't see those big overbidding wars. Of course, it's still going up.
It depends. It depends. Now we're in an election year.
Oh, yeah.
And interest rates are going down. And my prediction, and again, I do not have a crystal ball. I'm a real estate broker. I am not a psychic. Is that if interest rates get below 5% conforming loan, we're going to see a lot of FOMO buyers.
Oh my God. Dude,
we're going to see a huge rush of FOMO buyers who have to buy because they're afraid of missing out on 5% interest rates. And that's going to create a year-end rush, sort of like we had in COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, remember Christmas time around COVID? We were selling houses left and right. They were flying off the shelves.
End of 2020, yeah. That year was interesting.
No, October, November, December 2020, man, those were some great months in real estate.
We never seen such a rush. It was interesting, not to say weird.
But
people with masks on.
An unusual event going on. So I think if we have unusually low interest rates, and all the signs are pointing that it's election season, we're coming up on a pending recession, right? We're pushing hard in a pending recession. Unemployment numbers keep going up and up and up on a daily basis, which is one of the biggest indicators of a recession in this country. And I think what they're going to have to do is push interest rates down in order to stimulate the economy. And I think that that's going to create a rush towards the end of the year.
Here's my prediction, because I was looking into this and I was reading into this Federal Reserve, and historically they say that they do not change the interest rate, whether it's up or down in an election year, because they don't want to influence who their candidate is going to win. Like,
yeah, they don't change interest rates, gas prices, milk prices. Sure, Gary.
Well, that's what they claim, right? And
okay.
I'm just telling you what I found.
You want to wax political on this, or just have a conversation?
Let's just
put it that way.
But let's get back on track. Let's talk about,
is this whole thing going to have a big impact on home prices? I don't think so. I don't think home prices are going down anytime soon because of a lack of inventory, because of relatively high interest rates. Even if they drop into the 5s, I don't think anybody with a 3% interest rate is giving that up and moving. So I think we're going to continue to have a low inventory and prices are going to continue to rise.
Now, the way I see this is that the buyers got to be affected by this whole NAR settlement, because now before a buyer could just go on Zillow and say, I want to tour this house, and this house, and anybody on Zillow will show you the property. I'm saying any agent on Zillow will show you the property. You can call any broker and say, Lucas, I would like to see a house, and with only paperwork, you could show me any property. Of course, provided I will work with you. And I can easily say, hey, Lucas, this doesn't work, so I'm going to find another agent. Moving forward, it's going to be a paperwork or an agreement with each agent that I decide to work with, right?
Well, and they've simplified it, right? A lot of Zillow, you took Zillow, right? Zillow's coming up with their 7-day buyer agreement, right? Which says that I'll represent you for 7 days, right? You could do a single party show saying, okay, well, the law says that in order to show you this house, I have to have you sign this paperwork, and you could send them an agency disclosure and a one-party or a one-house show agreement.
Yeah. But then again, everything has to be documented and signed.
Sure, but electronic signature, I mean, look, I sign most of my contracts right here, Gary.
Yeah.
Right?
So it is more paperwork. What I'm saying is that this settlement is not helping the buyer.
It's not helping anybody.
At all.
What really helped is the lawyers. I mean, the average seller in this got $18 out of the settlement. All it really helped was the lawyers.
So I think that moving forward, they just add a more litigious layer, and everybody's going to be more cautious working with each other.
It's definitely created more litigation, more opportunity for litigation in real estate. There's a lot more lawsuits going on right now. There's MLS is suing NAR. I think my prediction, and I know we're running out of time, Gary, is that probably within the next 3 years, we will see a complete breakdown and disbandment of NAR.
We're going to be fragmented, but no, that's something yet we have to see. However,
we'll see.
Time's up. Lucas, people want to get a hold of you. How can they contact you?
They can email me, Lucas at Sell My Home Real Estate. It's right there on the screen. Or they can call me, 714-356-7142.
Awesome. Lucas, it's been a pleasure talking with you as always, and let's talk with you next time.
Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.